I went and I danced in the audition, and I pretty much blacked out. I don't really remember what I did. All I remember was I started with the gorilla walk, and I just went left, bro. And I've quoted him saying like, yo, you made us cry at the audition. That's why we booked you. And he gave me this gem. He said, man, I don't know. It didn't matter what you were doing with your body, whatever you were communicating with your eyes. If I were to take this part off and this part off and just your eyes were there, that would have gotten you the job. And I was like, after that, I never was not cognizant of my face and what it did when I danced, because that is part of the story that we tell.
What follows is a conversation with Haseem Bivins, a.k.a. the Gorilla Sage. I first met Haseem at a dance studio in New York about 6 years ago, and I'm happy to call him a friend. Among other things, I asked him about his experience working on In the Heights, the 2021 film adaptation of the classic Broadway musical, his current work with Awakening, the most expensive show ever put on in the history of Las Vegas, the trials and tribulations of attempting to forge one's way in an artistic industry, and his advice for those who want to do the same.
Man.
Can you hear me? Yeah, all good. I see you.
Yep, I'm gonna
Thanks, man.
just change his name. Hold on.
There we go.
Yeah, my wife is she works from home. And she works for WW. So I figured it'd be better to do this on the laptop. What's up, bro?
Chilling, man. How are you?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Still remaining thankful, blessed, you know. Chill.
Thanks for doing this. When did you have a show last night?
Yeah, we do 2 shows on what was yesterday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, okay, because they just changed my off days. My off days are now Wednesday, Thursday. So we have 2 shows on Tuesday. We're off Wednesday, Thursday, and then 2 shows Friday, Saturday, and 1 show Sunday, Monday. They just changed this on us too. We used to do 10 shows out the week. Now we do 8.
That doesn't sound tiring at all.
And then sometimes you get called in for like 2:30 rehearsals when our call time is usually 5:30 for a 7 o'clock show. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes we get called in like hours beforehand and have to be there rehearsing and stuff, bro. So that's crazy.
All right, so let's back up. So
I know, we start already. I'm like, is this like
yeah. Last we spoke, you were living in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
My son had just been born, and now you are at least working in Las Vegas, but living in LA. Is that correct?
No. I live in.
You're Vegas. Living there.
I live in Henderson.
Living in Vegas. Okay. Yeah. And I dropped my son off to his first day of school today. So time flies. Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah, man.
Congrats on that, man.
Thank you.
Fatherhood looks pretty great. You look like you look good, bro. Like, you kidding me?
Hey, you know, I see you posting your workouts got the battle ropes out.
That was, say it again.
You got the battle ropes out?
Yo, it was, man, when we get into it, it is literally all aligned. Like that, I didn't even buy those. Those were in the crib that we came to see and ended up getting when we came here to move. And how we moved was crazy. Like I was in Long Beach for like a year and a half. I didn't do anything dance-wise. I didn't do anything dance-wise out there. Like I tried to. We were doing, it was like heavy COVID time. Caught COVID, almost passed away, and then got married in Africa. So there's a lot of stuff.
I knew you had gotten married. I didn't know you got COVID. Jesus.
Yeah. I didn't really. I made one post about it when I was dancing on my Instagram, and it was just addressing how I almost died from it. Like I was in the hospital, I was in the ICU, and I was also really overweight, bro. Like I wasn't really taking good care of myself with COVID, staying inside, eating too much, not really working out. It got crazy, man. And then I got a DM about a job opportunity in Vegas on Instagram.
As you do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go to any big audition. I got a DM, and it was because my name was said in a room that I wasn't in. A guy, the late choreographer Chris Scott from In the Heights,
Yeah.
somebody about me. They went on Instagram and found me and DM me, and that's how I ended up in Vegas working for Awakening, all of that.
All right. So we're gonna get to Awakening, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear about In the Heights first.
Oh, of course, of course.
What was that like?
In the Heights was probably one of the best experiences as a dancer professionally I've ever had in my life. Just going from how the audition came about to auditioning to getting the email that you're booked to getting to a rehearsal and seeing how that felt, and then being a part of something so iconic for not just New York City street dance, but as a whole culturally. I think it made a great statement as like
Yeah.
what art can say and what it can do if we just allow people to be themselves. It felt like that job booked me to be myself. And that was like, I wore these beads in that pool scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these
In
are
the
my,
trailer,
you
you see him.
know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, I didn't even get makeup done that day. Pool. I only got
Yeah.
makeup done when I did the opening scene in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And they see me that day to go to makeup and hair when I have my locks. They were like, "Oh no, you're good." I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay, I guess." Like, I've never done a movie before, so we get to set and there, and we are when they say the entertainment business is hurry up and wait, like it really is hurry up and wait, bro. Because I was literally on set for 3 days and did nothing. But that fourth day when they called me, I had to go crazy. And yeah, man, like I said, my boy, now I'm like kind of flip flopping. My boy Soup, he's a legendary Brooklyn street dancer and flex dancing. He DMs me on Facebook saying, "Yo, bro, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but you have to be here at this audition." I'm like, "What is it for?" He was like, "Bro, I can't say, but just be there." I'm like, "All right." Mind you, I'm living in Brooklyn at this time. I think it was like a little bit after we did our interview.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit after that that this actually happened. I go to the audition, and the first day is all specialty freestyle dances. So you got people from
Mm.
whacking, breaking, house, everything is there. Flexing. All my friends was there, but I didn't know about the audition. All my peoples in Brooklyn was there. It was crazy. Went up in there, and I've quoted Chris Scott. Chris Scott is a big deal choreographer. If you don't know that man, he's choreographed So You Think You Could Dance, Step
Mm.
Up 3,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I danced in the audition, and I pretty much blacked out. I don't really remember what I did. All I remember was I started with the gorilla walk, and I just went left, bro. And I've quoted him saying like, "Yo, you made us cry at the audition. That's why we booked you." And he gave me this gem. He said, "Man, I don't know. It didn't matter what you were doing with your body. Whatever you were communicating with your eyes, if I were to take this part off and this part off and just your eyes
Mm.
were there, that would have gotten you the job." And I was like, after that, I never was not cognizant of my face and what it did when I danced, because that is part of the story that we tell.
Mm.
It can't just be with the body. It has to finish with the face and, like, the feet. It can't,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a full image to translate and get a powerful message across, in my opinion. And Chris understood that. He received that from me. And that was and that's what they depicted in the movie. When I got to the pool
Yeah.
scene, I did the whole little. I was like, look at my face, bro. You know what I'm saying? Never see myself on a screen like that. I went to the movie theaters probably like 14 times.
It
Only
must have been surreal to have that be your first movie. I mean, how many auditions have you been to?
You mean prior to that movie?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, what I've auditioned for different dance agencies like Block, open calls. Open calls are the worst auditions, bro. It feels like you're just like jam packed in with a bunch of numbers, and you're one of them, and
Mm.
you don't really get a chance to showcase you. And I'm a very much so like spirit led person. Like, if you either gonna see what you see and like it or not, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, so I've been to a bunch of auditions, been told no more times than I can count, and I'm
But
happy for it. I am
yeah,
happy for it. I am happy for it.
what was it like seeing yourself on that screen? For that to be the first big movie you're in is wild.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't understand the magnitude of it at first, to be honest with you, because I like musical theater, but I wasn't familiar with In the Heights,
Yeah.
and then I wasn't familiar enough with Lin-Manuel.
Mm-hmm.
He started to show up on set and sing the songs with us,
Mm.
and his energy was so infectious. And then John M. Chu, the director of the movie,
Yep.
who directed Step Up and all of these things, his genuine want to just highlight us in our best. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted everybody that had specific and specialties to be highlighted and look their best.
Which is perfect for you.
Yo, it
Because
was.
if I may humbly, your dance style it's wildly individualistic. It's you.
Thank you.
And you don't see a lot of other people dancing the way you do. Seriously.
Thank you. I
Um,
received that. I received that. I don't take it
so
for granted
four
either.
4 days you're on set. Last day they say action. Is it one take? Is it a few takes? What's just what's that look like?
Session, we did one take, bro.
You did one take.
Did one take. We danced for a longer portion of time. Like me, oh, and then the guy I'm dancing with, crazy shit, bro. The guy I'm dancing, is it okay if I curse?
You say whatever the fuck you want.
All right, cool. Um, the guy I'm dancing with, let's talk about how I'm on set with him. And I'm like, who's this dude? Right? Rennie Harris. I go to my wife and I'm like, babe, I'm dancing with this guy, Rennie Harris. I don't really know who he is. She's like, what? You don't know who Rennie Harris is? Rennie Harris is equivalent to Alvin Ailey in hip hop for Philadelphia. He has the longest running hip hop performance show in history. He's been
Whoa.
doing this show like Rennie Harris. Yeah, he's pretty much, he's an OG. Like, he's like, I'm like, I don't know, like 50 years old, can still hit it. He got the salt and pepper beard,
Yeah.
big dude. Yo, me and Rennie are super tight, man. Like, I look forward to going to Philly and checking him out. But it was an honor to share the screen with him in that way. I had no idea how much of a legend he was. Like, I learned so much on that job. That job had me like a deer in headlights because I was learning so much,
Yeah.
so fast. Like, this job, Awakening, we had to be in creation for 6-7 months before opening, and then we had to, like, start doing shows. We had a lot of time to put into this vision. For In the Heights, it felt like pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, 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 and then before you knew it, whoop, done.
Done.
I
And then how long did you have to wait till you saw the product, like the end result? That must be,
bro,
you're just biting nails and sitting.
bro, because of COVID, it got pushed back a whole nother year.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was patient though, because I had a lot of faith that it was gonna come out. Because a lot of people that aren't in the industry, like, there's people that sit in the seats and watch, and there's people that's on the stage doing the show.
Hmm.
If you're only used to sitting in the seats and watching, you don't understand how, or it's hard for people to understand how, like, gut wrenching it is to be a part of a project or put time into some film work and it never see the light of day.
Yeah, you hear these stories all the time. Actors
Yo,
who put their heart and soul into something, and then their scene gets cut. And and it could be, I mean, it could be a month of work. It can be blood, sweat, and tears, and
bro,
you know,
bro, it is, and you have to suck it up and move on. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, there's even
right.
not really enough time to process it. I started therapy recently, so, like, I'm really into the whole, like, just feeling how you feel, not letting it control you, and also, like, getting things out, like, off your chest. But I say that to say, you don't even get time to process because you got to move on to the next gig like it's nothing.
Mhm.
With that being said, when I I didn't know I was going to be highlighted the way I was highlighted. That's for one, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were going to use. I just hope that they use something. And then the trailer comes out. First thing I see is the trailer. And before I even see it, I think somebody hit me up on Facebook or text me like, yo, Haas, are you in the Heights movie? I'm like, yeah, I am. You saw me in like a trailer? And like, yeah, bro, like, I saw you. I'm like, what? So I started going on YouTube, typing in the Heights trailers, this and the third, blah, blah, blah. I found something that was obviously a commercial in another country because it had subtitles on it.
It had subtitles?
But it was in English. So I'm watching it and I see my face in the bang, bang. I'm like, oh, it's over. It's over. If they put me in the trailer, I gotta be in the film. They put me in the trailer as a prelude to what's in the. I was like, no, it's a wrap. I couldn't stop sharing it, bro. I couldn't. And that was like after a year of it not coming out when it was supposed to and all of that. So it was very surreal. It felt so good to have my wife. She was my fiance. She wasn't even my fiance then. It just felt, actually she was. It felt good to have her by my side the entire time and be grounded and they say it sounds so cliche, but it's really not about like, it's about who you go on a journey with. You feel me? Like taking the people with you and who your close circle is. Like that's so important. You know, because I could have let that whole thing just like go by the wayside or not celebrated it like I should or whatever. But my wife kept me grounded. Like, no, babe, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. Celebrate yourself. You know, I feel like it's kind of looked down upon in society to celebrate yourself in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to look cocky or arrogant and all of that stuff. But like the people around
you gotta smell the flowers sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? And the people around you help you do that. The people that are around you that are really happy for your success, that are really happy for you to get yours, they help you smell flowers. They help you. You know what I'm saying? So I was just super thankful to have her with me during that whole thing. We went to so many movie theaters, bro. I promise you. We bought it on HBO Max. It was crazy. Like it was, man. Being in a commercial and then being in a movie like that.
Yeah, you get two surprises.
Dude, there was no words. There's no words. It's just everything that comes to my mind is legendary, etched in history. Like my light will be gone from this earth one day, and that thing will still be playing. That moment will still be a thing. So, yeah. It still gets me hyped to think about it, bro. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, man. It's a great story. Yeah. All right. What's it like working on the most expensive show in the history of Las Vegas?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it's really dope. Just it's the most challenging artistic job I've ever had in my life. Absolutely.
How so?
Absolutely. Well, for one, so you go from In the Heights, where biggest professional gig I ever had, that gig led to this gig, and I get highlighted to look like me and just do me. Now with Awakening, you had to step out of your comfort zone because you weren't just hired to do you. You were hired to do you, but you got to do a couple other things. They're going to push you. They're going to stretch you. I can do choreography. It takes me a little while to catch it, but I can do choreography. I am a self-taught street freestyle dancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes me a while to like get choreo to look like somebody else or feel confident in that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to doing me. I'm used to just looking like me. So I'm not trained or as savvy as somebody that has come up in a studio. That's the first stretch, right? And I'm used to that stretch. Since being a part of Awakening, I have now developed a new skill. I was basically like pushed into being an extreme puppeteer. Which is wild, bro. Because on paper, I see myself cast as something called the Beast. And I'm like, oh, that sounds tough. That sounds hard. Okay. The Beast. And I'm looking at the joint. I'm like, how am I going to do that? Like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, Then I get inside the mug and it is heavy, bro. Like it is like doing a workout and I'm on stilts in the beast. Yo,
How
it's like
many different characters do you play? Because I've seen you in like a steampunk outfit. I've seen you in the was it a sea urchin? Like the with
sea
the
cucumber.
yeah, sea cucumber. That's right.
Yep.
With yeah.
So I am a reveler. That's in the black and white colors. The steampunk is my hunting party. And I'm the beast, which is
Uh-huh.
a woolly mammoth looking kind of crazy puppet. And I am the sea cucumber, which is my favorite role.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
What's
role.
it like being on stilts?
It's not, that's the thing. It's not like, it's not even a foot. It's a couple inches. They're just considered stilts because they're like
Yeah.
really elevated. It's not that crazy. There's other people in the show on stilts that are like actually feet above me.
Yeah.
So it was cool. The craziest thing was just the weight of the beast in the front and then how to make it look real. Like now I had to do like a full body. I had to study animals and shit and
Yeah, yeah.
how they really like how they would back up, how
The
they had
puppets look incredible. They
you.
look incredible. I mean, it's the same guy who worked on the Lion King, right? The Broadway.
Michael Curry is the puppet
That's
master. And that's one of the things I love about this job. In the Heights, it felt like ping, 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 ping. People was moving to the dot. I didn't really get a chance to like, hey, I'm Gorilla Sage. Hey, nice to meet you, and to solidify myself and let people know who I am and feel my energy. This time, I had so much time around these people, these legends in the game.
mm,
Michael Curry. I see Michael Curry every day.
mm,
See him every day. Getting notes from Michael Curry, working with Michael Curry, learning how to just seeing him work is nuts. Like he'll get into everything he makes.
mm.
And he'll play in it like a child. It's so much fun for him. Like I
Yeah,
love seeing people enjoy what they do. It's
yeah.
infectious. It's infectious. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought I'd be an extreme puppeteer. Now it's something to add to the resume.
Yeah.
Extreme puppeteer. Boom.
What
Work
is
with
it?
Michael Curry. Boom. Like okay.
Play is a sign of mastery.
Is yo. And then and the choreographers that I got to
Mm,
work with on the show, just in creation mode. I've looked up to one. I've looked up to a few dancers, but one dancer that I've looked up for a long time. He went on So You Think You Could Dance many, many, many years ago and was wilding. He was one of the first street dancers to like do these innovative waves
mm,
and be highlighted on that show. Philip Shabib is his name.
mm.
I followed him for years. Literally the first day of rehearsal after we did orientation, because we're employees of the Wynn. You know, it's a corporate job, so you have to be under. It's just a different. It's a very different gig than something like In the
Mm.
Heights. It's corporate entertainment.
Yeah.
So we did all the corporate stuff, and we go into the training area, and the first person I see is Philip Shabib there.
Mm.
I'm like, oh no, it's up. It's
Yeah.
like it just upped it so much. Like this man goes viral for breathing, yo. He just effortless,
Yeah.
disgusting choreography and threads and organic stuff you've never even thought of or seen before. I think he was on America's Best Dance Crew as well. And he's so humble. Like I love people that are ridiculously talented and like so matter of fact about it. You know, like yeah,
Are they still not allowing people to record
that has
in
changed.
the
That
that
has
has
changed.
changed? Good, because I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
And
If you follow them on Instagram, they have started to
yeah,
post people tagging
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Good, because they need to get the word out. It looks stunning, but you can't find any images of it.
It is. It was. I think so. You know, I don't know if you know this, but when the show opened up, we basically went dark recently, and we reopened.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so you know about that. So what happened was they heard people, took people's suggestions, made some changes, opened it up. People like yourself were like, I can't see any images of this. So now you can take pictures, no flash photography, but you can do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they want the word to get out more. You're gonna see more promo, better promo this time. You're gonna see more advertisements and things of that nature in more ways that don't seem so secretive. When the show first opened up, bro, we couldn't say a word.
So you were with them before the change.
I'm original. I'm original cast.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Okay. How long have you been? How long have you been with them? How long's it been around?
So it just opened last November. We opened last November or October, something like that. I believe so. So not even a year. No. But that's the thing though. But I came in like March or April to do creation. Now, I don't know if you know what creation is, but there's no show. And then they create it in 7 months. And then you open to the audience. So for the first 7 months of rehearsal, we weren't even in the theater. It wasn't even done being built yet.
Yeah.
The theater was still being built.
And the stakes are so high. I mean, it's what is it, $150 million project?
Talk about the stakes. $150 million project, and we are replacing one of Las Vegas's best known shows ever. Le Rev.
I didn't know that.
The water show. Le Rev. Every time I ask somebody about a show they might have seen in Vegas, they always reference the water show. Le Rev, Le Rev, Le Rev, Le Rev, Le Rev. Le Rev was the show that opened up with the Wynn Hotel and Casino. It was the first and only show they had. When COVID went down, they decided to lay it to rest. Things started to open back up, so they started to create and curate this awakening thing. About a year or two go by, they start casting for it. You know what I'm saying? And start putting the theater together. And that stage, bro, I can't lie to you. That stage, there's no other stage like that in the world. No other stage does what that stage does. And we dance on it every night. And it's something to really like marvel at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie.
I can't imagine. I mean, I've seen brief snippets. It looks unreal. I mean,
it's nuts.
You know, what's it? What I mean, I don't know if you can put words to it, but what's it like when you're in the moment? What's it like performing on that stage with the gigantic anthropomorphized puppets? You know, the sound system that's state of the art, and you know.
I can't lie, bro. Is dope. But you can't, like, there's so much to focus on to make sure that, like, I'm in the moment. Don't get it twisted. But I'm always, like, there's so much technology around us, bro. There's all kind of stuff you got to be mindful of.
Yes.
So you really can't get caught slipping. It's not something where you could just kind of be on stage and kind of like lax. It's never one of those moments.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So you're in it, but you also got to be super cognizant of your surroundings, because sometimes sometimes this person could have zigged when they should have zagged, and your costume may have, and you got to like adjust. Seriously, you know?
Yeah, I went to go see The Lion King for the first time recently on Broadway, and Mufasa's head fell off at one point. So the puppeteer, and you had to work through it. But that's interesting. I remember listening to Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian, and someone asked him about what's it like being on stage. And sort of the same question I asked him, he goes, "Oh, you know, when I'm up there, I'm just thinking about the next joke. Like I don't even hear the laughs. It's just like, okay, deliver next joke. And it sounds like that's similar."
And I'm not going. So yes, absolutely. For the most part, the beauty or the nuance is in those moments where you can really like let go. So it's not always like that. And I say that for one reason particularly. My sea cucumber, when I'm in that costume, I'm playing. I'm looking at the audience. I'm getting reactions. I'm going at them. I'm flapping at them. So it's less of a like think about what's next, and more like be in the moment, because those people watching you are in the moment. So like play with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And is that your stage direction? Just like go have fun, wear the costume, you know, do your thing. How structured is it?
That's where I get to be most free.
Mm.
So there's 3 sea cucumbers in the show, and we don't all dance alike. We don't all move alike. So we have individual styles, and they all look different within our costumes. So I think that was intentional on them to like pick 3 different, people, put them in 3 different costumes, all really big, and then have them go have fun and play, like how fish would do if they see humans in the submarine type. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I love that part. That's also my wife's favorite part, to see me in the sea cucumber. I get to really go mod and play. So it's just so. The other parts you really got to pay attention. Like when I'm in the beast, no play.
Yeah.
No play. We on the counts, we on the steps, making sure that everything is good. Cause I feel like, it's just, this is no play when I'm in no puppets, man. It's strictly business.
Yeah. And well, yeah, they're heavy, expensive.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Can't mess around.
Yeah, I have a newfound respect for puppeteers and people that this may help you stretch your imagination with what you're seeing on a stage. You know what I'm saying? Because live theater is what we're doing, and anything can happen from one show to one show. You know what I'm saying? It's not an episode. You can't rewind it.
Yeah.
So it's like there's definitely a certain like, oh, okay, like in the Heights, if we happen to mess up in that first shot, like, okay, take 2, not in live theater. And it sounds so, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. But to you're in that moment and something that you've been rehearsing for months fucks up, you don't know how that feels. And you still got to keep going to stay in the moment, because all these people, thousands of people,
We paid good money.
Yo, for real.
Yeah.
That theater holds like 1,600.
Yeah. And it's so it's circular, 360 degrees. It's a cool setup.
Yep.
What's it like? How's Vegas? How are you adjusting?
I'm not gonna hold you. I never saw myself living out here.
Yeah.
Ever in my life. My wife will tell you she never saw herself living out here either. I live a little bit outside of Vegas. I live in Henderson. And I'm really a spirit-led person. So I don't really like to be around a lot of like fast energy. Since I moved from New York, like I liked Long Beach. I like the speed of it. I love being by the water. So coming out here to Henderson, it makes me feel like I'm, with the right speed. It's not like Las Vegas pace. You feel me?
Yeah. I've never been. How far out is it from
like 22 minutes, like a 22-minute drive to the Wynn with no traffic. It's real chill. But it's dope. We got a nice little townhouse. We live in an area that's gated, kids play outside. And there's like a nature preserve not too far, Me and my wife go roller skating at the park down the block. So it's stuff like that. I'm about to be 34 in August. So looking to kind of just be away from the young whoop energy. Like I don't need to go really party like that. I don't need to be around any of that. I like living a quiet life,
just have the psychic distance from the epicenter of Vegas is
nice. I'm not really, man. Some of my homies can do it though. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm going out after this." I'm like, "I'm going to the crib. I'm going home. I miss my wife. I'm going home."
You've been wearing that heavy beast costume for 2 hours.
Well, that's the cool thing about it. Even though it's in the show, they can't really keep us in it for too long, like legally. So, so it's like it's a part in the show where I'm in it, but I'm not doing that joint for an hour and a half. That's why I'm in so many different characters.
Yeah,
this is this. I got to get out of that to get into the beast. I got to get out of the beast to get into this.
How many people are you working with, all told? How big of a project is it?
Cast or like backstage too? Costumes.
Let's do cast first, and then makeup artists, stage designers, everyone.
Cast is like 60 heads. Cast is like 60 of us. Makeup, Jesus. No, makeup is really just Ish. Ish is dope. Ish is really dope. He's like the main makeup person. Costumes got wild people. Maybe like And it depends too, because if they need new stuff to be made fast, they might bring some people on. Soyan Ann is the costume designer, lead costume designer. She's a beast. She's like 3-time Grammy Award winning costume designer. She's a beast. She designed all the costumes really. And about what, 10 to 15 costumes, probably 15. Backstage, like the stage hands, bro, it seems like there's like 20 of them at least. Like for real. And they're super dope, mad helpful. And then there's the sound people, God, to do the mics. Then there's stage management. I forgot about stage management. Stage management is like maybe like 5 of them. Yeah, man.
It's a big project.
Yo.
Speaking of sound, is it so each seat has 2 speakers, like 2 arms with speakers? I saw.
Yep. You know, they're not adjustable. You just sit there. It's like super surround sound. I've actually had a chance to see the show before the changes because I was injured for a little while. And then when you're on injury, if your injury allows you to still like walk in and whatnot, you can come see the show. So I actually came and saw the show. It was really dope. Like I saw somebody doing the cucumber, do the bees. It was crazy. And I liked it. It was a lot of fun. And I do think the changes that we made the story more clear to understand, more exciting, and just a better show overall, honestly. Yeah.
Can you speak to the changes that were made at all or no? I mean, I don't want to get you in trouble. If you can't speak to them,
nah. It's not that. I will say it's because the artist I am, I don't even think it's about getting in trouble. If we're rehearsing, I'm gonna put covers over the windows because I don't want to spoil the surprise. You know what I'm trying to say? Like literally, the show just reopened last week and people can now record. I don't want to spoil all the nuances. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sounds like I have to go to Vegas. I've never been.
That's the thing about it. Like with the people recording now, you might catch some things, man. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you was like, oh, but that's the thing too. If you didn't see the original and this is just your first encounter, let this be what your first encounter is. You don't compare and contrast because that show is never going to be done again. Yeah. Like literally the way that show was never going to be done again. So I just feel like from moving on, if this is people's first encounter, I actually would prefer that because they have nothing to compare it to from before. It's like they kind of have to accept this for what it is. And I believe it's better. The story's more clear. Like there's more elements to it. You can laugh a little bit now. It's really cool. Yeah.
Cool, man. If I can make it out there, I'd love to go see it.
I'd love to have you and your family out here, man. Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, do you have, all right, this is a sort of long shot question. Do you have advice, given the last decade of your life that has seen you go through these jobs, to people who want to work in creative industries, which are notoriously hard to monetize and to make, any sort of life out of, let alone to be successful at? How do you do it?
Oh, man. See, that's where it gets a little tricky is the monetizing. Like I feel like they say if you really love something, you do it for free type thing.
That's fair. Okay, so you can take the question 2 ways.
No. This is a good question. It's a great question because there's nuance in the question. So it's not because I think about this a lot actually because I've stopped doing a lot of things. I stopped saying yes a lot. And I realized when I stopped saying yes, that's when doors like this started to open. I wasn't saying yes to the things that weren't that didn't know my worth. I was only saying yes to things where I felt like, oh, this is feel like I would be compensated in a way that I should be compensated. That for an artist is so subjective in their journey, because I know I put in my 10,000 hours. Like I know I put those in. So when I say my fee is this or my rate is this, or I'm looking for these type of caliber jobs, I have to be able to come with that type of caliber talent and that type of caliber hard work and match that. So it's really about alignment for me. If I'm aligning myself with those type of caliber jobs and I'm saying no to the things that's not paying me what I'm worth, I'll start to align myself with what's meant to be for me and what I'm looking to achieve, in my opinion. Like that's the only way I was able to do that.
Yeah.
And my
Know your worth.
Huh?
Know your worth.
Not just know your worth, but also, so if let's say I know my worth and I'm like, damn, I ain't even really worth all of that up there. Work your ass off to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Like get in the gym, study, know your craft, be creative, like make opportunities for yourself, keep doing it, I kept at this for so long, bro, and I was having fun the whole time. But when I look back, I was like, I was doing those free gigs, I was teaching those free classes, I was getting paid less than what I was worth even back then. I did all of that to put in the time and energy and work to be like, wait a minute, I got 10 years of doing this. I should be getting this. And then you go through the time where you're not getting it, because that's the real test. It's like, okay, can you work the security job and still have the dream? Can you sell cars at Shift? Can you do this and do that and still have the dream? Because you'll be tested. You will be tested. It's not linear, bro. It's not. I have to wake up with gratitude every morning because I know where I am and what I've achieved with my talent. I didn't graduate college. Like I got kicked out of the conservatory, my acting conservatory. And so I know it's not easy. Nobody's ever said it was. But if you really love what you're doing and you really love it, I think eventually it'll align. You see like people getting acting jobs. They didn't even get a big acting break till they were like 40. I think Vera Wang didn't design a dress, so she was like 30 something. Like you never know when it's meant to happen for you. So if you really believe, if you're really listening to spirit, I believe in that voice inside, be like, yo, now this is me. People were bugging. My mother's boyfriend was like, yo, I gotta give it to Haas, man. He told me he was gonna be dancing till he was 40. I'm 34. That's only 6 more years. I'm aging backwards right now.
You look great. You look great.
Thank
you look better than last I saw you.
Dude, I lost 60 pounds.
Okay.
I lost 60, bro.
Shit. How's that feel?
How does it feel? It was amazing. The director of the show, Baz Halpin, he's one of the directors, one of the creators. He literally saw me jumping rope a couple weeks ago and was like, dude, when I hired you, like from when I hired you, you look 5 years younger. And only a couple months had been by since he hired. Well, like, we've been like a year and some change since March, April. So when I got COVID, I lost a lot of weight and I looked really thin. I lost a lot of muscle. And then, shoot, I gained it all back. I gained too much of it back. And that's when I got the audition for Awakening. So we had to literally move from Long Beach to Las Vegas in 3 weeks. I had gotten hired to work at Shift to sell cars. I was a security guard at the Long Beach Convention Center, and I was delivering packages for Amazon. And then I got the DM about the audition, drove to Burbank that day I was supposed to work, auditioned, got the call maybe 2 days later while I was at Shift, and I was like, babe, I think we're moving to Vegas. So we packed all our stuff up in the U-Haul, and they put us up at the Wynn for like 11 days. We stayed at the Wynn for like 11 days, which was fire. While we were apartment hunting and getting acclimated. I bring all that up to say, I wasn't working out. I'm vegan, but I wasn't really eating as healthy as I could. And I gained all of it back. I was like 268 when I first got the job. Almost 270 pounds. I didn't like how I was looking, feeling, all of that stuff. So I really I was really looking to like make some changes. And I started losing a little bit of weight, you know, going down to 250 and all of that stuff because of rehearsal and all the intensity. But it wasn't until a few months back that I really made the weight drop from like 240 to like 215, reading a book called Man Heal Thyself by Supernova Salam and Queen Afua. Queen Afua is the goddess, mother goddess of holistic health. She has books out for women and men to heal themselves through herbs and detoxing and meditation. And that is the other part of my life outside of dance is holistic healing and holistic health. So that is why I'm currently 212 right now. And yeah, man, it was the whole journey. So I'm loving myself more through action, not just, you know, oh, I love myself. But like I'm actually like eating to love myself. I'm working out to love myself. I'm getting back to moving to love myself, you know. So that was a whole nother, bro. I cut my locks, like trying to like, you know, replenish energy and everything. So yeah.
Hey man, keep doing what you're doing. You look great.
Thank you.
You sound great.
Thank you.
I hope you know I can make it out to Vegas, or you know you got to come back to New York for a little bit.
I'm trying in September. I told you we get like, I don't know if I told you about it. We get like a week off every 3 months, but it was thrown off recently because of the show going dark for so long. So I might be able to swing New York in September, but the big trip, me and my wife, we want to go back to Africa in December.
Yeah.
That's the big. Africa changed my life, bro. That's where we want to live. That's where we want to move to. Specifically, probably East Africa. Because we got married in Zanzibar and we spent like 3 weeks in Tanzania, and then we honeymooned in Egypt. So that was a whole like Africa changed our lives, man. So we got.
Had this been the first time you'd been?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that like?
The best culture shock I could ever ask for. We know about the I'm not gonna say racial undertones, but we know about this country and how it views certain people. Those people being people of color, black and brown people. And I always felt that if I was gonna raise a family, I don't know how comfortable I would be raising a young black woman or black man in this country. So me and my wife, we share a frequency on that. She feels similar to me. And it was so weird how Africa came about. Her sister was going to go on this travel group and she told us about it. And I was like, ooh, we should go. And then I was like, and we were like, wait, we should just get married out there. And we were like, ha, 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 ha. And then we're like, wait, no, we really should. And then that was how the wheel started to turn. We found a photographer. We found the officiant. We found a place to get married. And it all kind of just came together. We put a lot on our shoulders trying to plan a wedding in a different continent we've never been in before. But it worked out so beautifully. That's what I mean by alignment. Like we only had 10 months to put that together. And like 12 people were supposed to be coming at first. And it ended up just being our parents. There's my mom and her boyfriend and my wife's mother and father. Small. We went on safaris in Tanzania, ate traditional Tanzanian food. We actually went with a travel group, but we went to Tanzania like 2 weeks before the travel group got there so we can set up everything for the wedding. So we were back and forth from Zanzibar, which is the island off the coast of Tanzania, back to the mainland in Dar es Salaam, eating food. I twisted my ankle. My wife had to go find me like cream to help my ankle in the village. It was crazy, bro. Like, but then that's the thing too. It was so beautiful. We felt like we were home. We got so many like, oh, welcome home, welcome home. And they knew we were from America. They could hear our accents and stuff. But it was so welcoming. Me and my wife started to study a little bit of Swahili while we were in America to, you know, communicate and just let them know we were down with, you know, trying to speak y'all language. You're not going to be the typical American and expect people to speak English everywhere. I hate that stereotype. Like, you're going to go someplace, just learn some words, man. It's about educating yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, and then the travel group got there. It was going on this tour, that tour, making friends in Stone Town, like, and we ate food, $2, $2 American. Me and my wife were able to eat dinner, $2. She got her hair done for the wedding for $12. Like, it's like, whoa, why didn't I know about this before? I would have been coming to Tanzania, Dar es Salaam a lot more. Like, wow, it's just these little American dollars, really? I get it, the exchange rate is different and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, your dollar could take you far over there, you know?
Yeah.
At least right now. So yeah, man, it was dope. We really want to go back. Like, we'd go back right now if we could. Yeah. The weather is amazing every day. Even the torrential rain is amazing. Like, yeah. Yep. Loved it. My mom's first time in Africa. She never thought she was gonna be in Africa. Yeah, it was really special. For real. And then touching the pyramids for the honeymoon was crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful, man. I think that's a great place to stop.
I know you gotta go.
I gotta go get.
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna like just
Sorry.
Scattered too. So don't even trip, man.
Dude, thank you for taking the time. This has been awesome. It's great to hear your voice. You look fantastic. Say hi to your wife for me.
Absolutely. And say hi to your little boy for me. Now he's like 4 or 5.
He just turned 4. Just turned 4. Yeah.
That is why I remember it was busting my head when you told me you was a dad. I'm like, get out of here. Man. Where do you live now?
Ossining, New York.
You still in Ossining? Oh, you're right. Man, I'm definitely seeing you when I come back. My mother is right there in Elmsford, bro. I'm definitely seeing you.
Done.
You ain't been to the studio, have you?
Which one?
Deborah Lynn's studio.
Not the one on Main Street. No, in Ossining.
Have you been back?
No.
Okay, I was just curious.
No,
I haven't been back either. I was supposed to go when I had a dark week in July. I was supposed to go back and teach a master class, but then they switched my dark week to September. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm totally seeing you when I come back, bro. I'm trying to make it September.
Can't wait, man.
On the Africa trip. But yeah, thank you for this, man. I don't really get a chance to exchange energy with people from my past who I still, hold in high regard. So
yeah,
dope.
I just like to talk. Whenever this was this was fun. Thank you.
No problem, man. Where can I see this?
Oh, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you before I go. I put them on YouTube. And no one will see it except for the two of us, but
okay,
yeah,
cool. All right, I didn't.
I'm saying it'll be public. What I'm saying is my channel is minuscule, and so you won't be getting hundreds of thousands of views on this.
Don't trip. And shoot, that is not my ministry, bro. It's more about genuine energy and just feeling the spirit. And yeah, you caught me it was the perfect time. I'm a morning person. This is my day off. Made it work. And I also really bang with you, bro. Like, I tell people all the time how I bought you the Dykeman, bro.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
Like, I have my son Tesher at Dykeman, bro. That's why I kind of was upset that I couldn't get back to New York over the summer. I love Dykeman, dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, next year,
I twisted my ankle. Oh man, like 8 months ago, and haven't played anything since. But
your ankle sprains are not a joke,
dude,
bro. Nah,
dude. I did combat sports for like 10 years, and 90% of all my injuries have been playing basketball.
I forgot you were. What's crazy? I watch so much UFC now, bro.
Oh yeah.
I've even started watching Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournaments and kickboxing and all of these things, bro. Like,
you go down the rabbit hole.
Me and my wife love fights. We watch Tough, all of that. I know you got to go, but I forgot that you were into that when you were a kid. But yeah, man, that is my new favorite thing to watch is just fights. It's like beautiful. It's like dancing.
Well, yeah. With your dancing background, it is poetry in motion. It's like
my eye opened up, dog. I'm like, it's the best. Like, I'm totally hyped for Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez coming up.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be a good fight.
Volk all day. I got Volk.
All right, man. Till next time.
Love, bro.